Well, hi, everybody. Well, here we are, week 8. I know that you all are ready for the course to end. Trust me, you aren't the only ones that feel that way. Okay, so let's look at week 8. Our objectives this week is to summarize key ideas and principles you've gained through this course, describe how personal disciplines can contribute to success in various areas of life, compare and contrast how your assumptions or attitudes have changed throughout the course, and explain what steps might be implemented to effect change in your life to make it more effective for you. Okay, so we only have one small media watch for this week. It's about 3 minutes long, so it should be pretty easy. You do have one discussion board. It's to compare and contrast what assumptions and attitudes how they've changed throughout the course. So I think that's something that I hope will be pretty easy for you. Let's look at assignment 8-1. This is the success action plan and presentation, which is all part of your final project. We've gone over and we've summarized the things that we think you should be able to point back to in various lessons over the past several weeks, all the way to lesson 7. And then what we want you to do is to put the information that we've asked you into your success action plan. Now, you should have been, or at least I've been encouraging you to take the time to fill out the success action plan as the weeks have gone by, so that it doesn't hit you all as one huge project at the very end, because I know this is going to take time to get done. The intent of the success action plan is twofold. It gives you the opportunity to communicate and vocalize that you have learned what you've learned over the last 7 weeks to those who will support you in your education. And it allows you, and it allows those who will be impacted by your education endeavors to become more involved in your education to help their support. So let's continue to look what we want you to do with this particular project. Okay, first of all, we hope that you've taken time to fill out the success action plan. I strongly urge you to do that first. And that makes creating your presentation a lot easier. So what we're asking you to do is to create a 10 to 15 slide presentation. We believe that the presentation should be absolutely no more than 15 minutes. And describe what you've learned in your presentation. What have you learned over the last several weeks? So you can turn your presentation in one of 3 formats. You can do a PowerPoint. You can submit the PowerPoint. You can use Prezi. Make sure you turn in the URL. You can use Screencast-O-Matic. It's a free piece of software that you can download. And what it can do is it can upload your file to YouTube. Make sure that you send me the URL for YouTube, or you can do a Vimeo, which is also making sure again that you send the URL, or finally you can do an audio file. And that's all about, while I won't be able to see your presentation, you giving the presentation, the audio file will let me hear how you explain it to people. I will probably follow your presentation in your audio if you decide to do an audio file. Okay, so your presentation, what does it need to include? Well, it needs to include an introduction and tell them a little about yourself and your goals and what you want to do. Each of your slides should be about a minute, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but you can shoot for that goal. We want to see each of the 7 sections of your Success Action Plan in your presentation. Okay, so you have your educational goals, you have your personal learning style, telling us about that. What are your technical goals? What have you learned? How have you improved? What are the things you still need to work on? Your personal plan. What about time management, your emotional intelligence, your personal integrity? And these are all things that you can say, well, this is where I'm at, and this is where I plan to go to, and this is how I plan to get there. Your academic plan. What about your writing skills and your library skills? Do those need improvement? Do you feel real comfortable with them? That kind of thing. Talk about your support system, how these people can help you in terms of your Success Action Plan, because we want you to be successful in school. And then finally, your financial plan. Most of you has told me that this plan has at least enlightened you as to how much your education is going to cost you, so that you can figure out how to plan for the cost of it. And then your overall summary, wrap up or summarize in not more than 3 minutes or 2 to 3 slides, capturing what it means to learn online for you personally, and then invite your support people to help participate in your education and help make sure that you get supported. So when you're all done, what do you need to do? You need to submit the Success Action Plan itself, completely filled out. You need to submit your presentation, whether it's a URL or a file. Either one is fine. I just need to make sure that I have those so I can look at them. Then the feedback forms. Oh, I forgot to mention that. You need to have, you need to give your 2 supporters the feedback form about your Success Action Plan and how it can do. So here it is. You can download it. There it is. And then that you give that to them, send it to them if you need to in advance, if they're not right close by when you give your presentation. So make sure that you give them the feedback form and get it back to you. Do that as quickly as you can. So I need to have those 2 forms attached. And then what I want is a 1-page written response on how you plan to adjust your SAP based on the feedback you've gotten. Now, if your people, your chosen support people tell you it sounds like a good plan, everything is good, then your 1-page written response can be, my support people feel that I have a good plan, and on the going forward, I plan to implement it. I mean, it can be something as short as that. If they give you some other feedback where you need to make adjustments, just tell us how you plan to make those adjustments. Okay, then finally, so that's all about Assignment 8.1. Now, Assignment 8.2 is finalizing your ePortfolio. Last week, you turned in your ePortfolios to your peers, and they gave you information and feedback on it. You should look at the checklist that you use to help grade other people or to give feedback to other people, to look at and make sure that you have everything done with your ePortfolio. That's all you have to do. Take the feedback, make an adjustment if you need to, so that when I go in and look at it, it will have all the items that are needed. All you have to do is to submit the ePortfolio URL link to me so that I can go ahead and look at your work. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions or concerns, oh, there was one thing that was brought up by people. Where is the Success Action Plan? You were given opportunities in Assignment 1.1 or 1-1, 2-1, 3-3, and 5-4 to get a copy of the Success Action Plan so that you can fill it out as you are going along. If you still have problems or you can't figure that out, let me know. What I plan to do, which isn't already there, but what I plan to do is I will add it to the resources folder and make sure that there's a copy out there in the resources folder. Okay, now I think I'm done. I wanted to say also that this class was a pleasure. You guys, I feel like you've made great strides and improvements in your writing, and your ability to stay on task and get the assignments done. It was very much a pleasure working with you. You guys have a great day.